Why does it seem to be stuck on the Sega screen all of a sudden? That's kind of weird. I think it's crashed. I don't know why that's happened. Okay. Well, hopefully that won't be a recurring problem. Alright. So let's proceed to a few more dolphin facts. Dolphins communicate with a wide range of sounds. They whistle, clap, grunt, chuckle, squeak, rasp, pop, and belch. Bottlenoses can also produce a rapid series of clicks, up to 1,000 separate sounds per second. They see even the most complex shapes with their sonar. Each individual dolphin has a personal signature whistle, just like we each have our own voice. Bottlenoses often school with other species, such as short-fin pilot whales. They sometimes accompany great right whales and humpback whales on their migrations. I've never heard of a great right whale. Interesting. Save the other two for later. Hopefully at the end of this stream. Hopefully there's not another stream after this. Hi there, Crash Slays, how's it going? I think I have a gremlin? Maybe. Alright. So... we've reached Welcome to the Machine. I don't know how long it's going to take me to beat this level, but it is a notorious level, I will say. It has a reputation. And it's not like the rest of this game was particularly easygoing. Oh, was that not it? I must have misspelled it. Yeah, I missed Vortex Queen streams. Those were interesting. Alright. Welcome to the machine. So it's so strange, like... to put a level that is... drastically different gameplay like this. So far into the game, and to make it like a level that's several minutes long. It's just so weird. It's very Battletoads move. Except Battletoads did it like, you know, by the time you get to the third level, you know, things are going weird. Even the second level. Just like drastic changes in gameplay. So like, not really a Battletoads move. This is beyond. This is a weird bait and switch. I'm here for it though. I'm gonna do it. It's just gonna take a while. It's weird that this, like, the whole square is dark. Not just like the corners of that object. Okay. So this is the first tricky spot, or spot I consider tricky. This squeeze here, because like an alien comes out and squishes you. I don't know if the play is to go through there fast. It seemed to work this time. Oh, stay in the middle. There seem to be like very few parts in this that are... I tried to slip out. But that I could have seen coming. There are very few... There's like one part in particular that seems to trick you, where you have to kind of like hide in a little box for a little while, but I know where that is. That's easy to memorize. The more pernicious spots are like that one I just mentioned, the squeeze at the bottom right, where it looks fine to go through, but there's going to be an alien coming through the wall. And you just have to have been there before. Ooh, I need to be careful, I guess. I've given up on trying to constantly fire because it doesn't seem to be important to do so. Just do it when you know the aliens are coming, or when you see them, more practically. Oh, what am I doing? How do I get in there? Let me get squished in a weird spot there. I was trying to anticipate the tight spot at the end there, but I anticipated it too hard. My goal is to try and remember the bad spots and not die at them repeatedly. Because it seems like most of the level is pretty mild. Not much going on. How did I get stuck over there? I don't know. It seems like sometimes I'm just in a position that's a little silly just because I'm trying to circle and hit the enemies as much as I can, but maybe I should just be paying attention, not shooting. Not distracting myself. Stay in the middle. Ready to turn around, ready to move. Deal with the aliens when they appear. The dark area makes the aliens look like they're transparent, but it's actually a darkening of everything. Okay. Try not to be... Ah! I don't know. I don't know about that spot. Whoa! I was trying to turn around to hit that, but... That felt like bad luck. That felt like I just didn't manage to hit that enemy enough times before it became a problem. Ah! That was me scratching my nose. Can't do that, I guess. Yeah, like turning directly left and right seems slower. Well, I don't know. It's probably about the same speed as circling around, but circling around you can... Seems like you can get more effective shots in first. See, it makes Echo dark to go in there too. I don't know if you can see it on the capture. Yeah, I really need to use the RGB output for my Genesis streams. So this might be my last Genesis stream on composite. Because I'm not really happy with the quality of the picture. It's the quality of the color, really. The color does not look right on the capture. Oh, felt like something hit me, but okay. Be a little more thorough here. Don't stay in the middle. Okay. So I think that's further than we've gotten this stream so far. But not as far as we got last night. Maybe half as far? I don't know. Almost got squished there. Okay. Okay. Here's this kind of... feels like a bottom rail to the level. This is where there's a box I need to hide in. I think it's this one. Yeah. That feels like... that's the only real trick, I guess, that I've encountered so far. Other than... I think up here in a little bit there's two kind of dark boxes. We don't go in them. They both seem to be a trap if you go inside. Oh, I need the head. There we go. Yeah, like this one, that one. Okay, that we can go either side, I guess. Oh. Okay, there's time to recover. Don't go in that dark box. Or that one. That's what I learned. Okay, we've gone pretty far now. Don't know what's happening. I don't remember being this far before. So... ah! Oh, come on! Hey, Eclipse Moon. Use your Mega SG. Yeah, I'd consider getting maybe a Mister, but I don't know. For me, it's like it's the original hardware, or I don't know. Hardware emulation doesn't really appeal to me in the same. Like, it's a nice way to play something, but I don't know. I'm pretty happy playing things on emulators, and I think they're as good in terms of fidelity as hardware emulators, like analog stuff for the Mister, but I don't know. I mainly just use these for streaming or for development purposes. Yeah, video output is a big problem. Superstation 1. Okay, somebody else mentioned this Superstation to me a while back, but I didn't know what it was. So what's the Superstation? Is this like a new kind of Mister sort of idea, but maybe a more powerful one? Okay. Couple aliens to deal with, and then we got that tight spot. Well, okay, so it hasn't been a problem tonight, I guess. But for some reason I died like 4 times there last night. Alright. So this area I think tends to be straightforward. Ah! No! Yeah, that felt like I could have avoided that, but it's hard to concentrate for such a long period of time. Sustained. I guess I could pause sometimes. It does all the outputs. PS1 memory cards. Snack adapter. What is that? I've heard of that, but I can't remember what it is. USB. Light guns. Oh, I see. So it'll work with light guns. Okay. Got this poison fart cloud traveling across the screen here. Okay. Ah. Okay, there I got stuck at that spot. These levels an extended anxiety attack. Hi there, Puzzle X51. Oh. I don't know. I find it It's really weird. Just that it's like... most of it is so low-key, like nothing's going on. Like right now, I'm not doing anything important or difficult, but it's like... the difficult part is like not falling asleep for the moments that you need to be on the ball for. And kind of memorizing where they are, because they're not easy to spot. They're very arbitrary and kind of random feeling. Just like, oh, okay, like 2 minutes into this level, there's a tight corner that sometimes an alien comes around and you gotta watch out for. So it's very odd. There's a lot of very odd things about this game, but this is even odd within the game. So that one, like, I don't know what went wrong with that part last time. But it killed me in there. Okay, going up. Okay. Maybe a little pause here. It's probably a good idea just to take a pause at points through the level, just to kind of reset my mind for a moment. Okay, so a little ways up here, I have to go into the box. This box, I think. And now I don't really have any mental notes about this area except don't go in the dark spots. Oh. Nope. Oh, so I could have slipped by on the right there. So try to remember that spot for next time. Like, it's a big contrast to, so like, the level it took me like a couple hours yesterday, the asteroid boss. Like, I got really fast at the level leading up to the boss, so it was kind of fun. Like, it was a very active play to go quickly. And just kind of felt fun going fast once I had a path worked out, but okay. Okay, tricky corner. Cleared, I guess. That felt like it could have gone wrong. So that one was like very repetitive, but it was very active getting back to the boss. So it felt fun to do each time after a while. I was kind of enjoying it. But I did find the boss inscrutable, so I did have to look up how to beat the boss. I guess I could have figured that out eventually, but it's just... Oop. Okay. Reminds you of Pink Floyd's song Echoes. Why does it remind you of Echoes? I don't think it has a harmony like this, does it? Remember it opening with that long tone kind of echoing? Oh, the Pink Floyd has a song called Echoes, and this... Oh, I gotta get in the box. Forgot about the box. Ah, an alien came out of the wall. Like, that's the thing, like, I don't have that contingency. Alien coming out of the wall memories. I get it. So, it's Welcome to the Machine, which is a reference to the Wish You Were Here album. But Echoes is on Metal, I think, right? Metal with 2 Ds. Yeah. I think I have been trapped there before. I feel like I just need to take a moment to wake myself back up in the middle of this level, just because it goes on for too long. It is too empty for too long, too often, too much. All right. That little corner can be tricky, but you usually get it. Oh, oh. See, that could have been a death if I just touched the alien for too long. Okay. So aliens will come on the right, I think. Okay. We're going up. It's also much easier to remember stuff from the first half of the level. Oh. Okay, so when does that happen? That's it after the middle and right kind of bit. Trying to give myself a mental roadmap to prevent, because that's happened I think twice now tonight. And like most of the time when I get a death, I do feel like I could have prevented it most of the time. Not all the time, though. Sometimes an alien just comes out of the wall and I didn't know about it. Or hadn't seen that happen before. Hi, Fiskbit. I think I spent about half an hour on it last night. And now... How long are we? We're half an hour into the stream. It's not treating me too badly yet. I don't think it's a good level, but it's the thing that this game does. So I want to do it. I don't know how I took damage there. I guess this alien head was still around? I don't know. Okay, so we go up here and back out on the right. Whoa, come on. So I guess I should stay in that tube and go out on the top part of it instead. Echo to Eternal Blue. I don't think that's the name of it. I think that's the name of a different sequel. It occurs to me that Echo 3 is Echo Jr. and Dragon Slayer 3 is Dragon Slayer Jr. Or just kind of funny. I need to get to a Lizard 3 so I can make a Lizard Jr. Break into Electric Boogaloo. But I would have to be thinking of something called Eternal Blue. So here's a question. I've not played the Lunar games. Do they have anything to do with the moon? Like, one of them's called the Silver Star, and I don't understand that, because the moon's not a star. It is maybe silver. And in the sky. Okay. Now, there was something I was trying to remember up here, but I've already forgotten what it was. Do you go to the moon in the Lunar games? This could be a spoiler, I don't know. Oh, it was this. Okay. Ah! Okay. So what do I need to remember there? Left of the dark patch after the middle tunnel. I need to go in here. Need to be in this box. The aliens will come on the right before you get out of the box. Okay. So I don't remember anything tricky here for a while. But I think that's more that I just haven't been this far very often. Don't go in the black areas. Oh, right, I got stuck on that before, didn't I? It does give you enough time. Okay, don't go in the black. Okay, I'm okay. That was a little bit tricky, but... taking hits. Don't wanna... Oh! Oh, I have to go through... Whoa! I'm alive? What just happened? Okay, I was supposed to go up the black bit. Okay. I guess this is a PB. So my rule of thumb, don't go in the black. Hang on. This is tense. Lunar? Is that how they say it in the voice acting? Oh, they take place on a moon called Lunar. Lunar. Okay. I see. Whoa. Seemed like I went through the floor there. Okay, we're going through black again. This is tense because I haven't been this far before. I don't know if it's gonna throw something nasty at me. Am I going up or down? Looks like down. Okay. I was worried about that. Keep worrying like one of these is going to be a dead end. That'd be so mean, like this far. Whoa! No! Okay. So that was pretty far. That was pretty far. Well, I mean, the whole Ecco game is water levels. There are no non-water levels in Ecco. It's also weird that, like, right before this level is another auto-scroller. It's like a training for this level. How long? I feel like I must be getting pretty close to the end, but I don't know. Who knows? Well, some people know. People who have been through it might know. I don't yet. But it did feel pretty far. I would guess that I'm past half, but I don't even know. I'm hoping that I was past half. But I feel it's been going well. I've been consistently getting further. it's like I just kind of randomly get hit through a wall sometimes, and okay, so it's this spot that has sometimes been tricky because they come on the right, so it's best to stay in the middle for a bit first. And then after this, I wanted to remember to go left of the dark spot, I think, as we're going down, because I sometimes get caught on it. Yeah, right here. Sometimes I get caught in there. I don't know if that's the greatest hint, but that's enough. It's enough for me to remember it. Okay. This is the spot where I usually pause for a moment. Think about how I have to go into the box. In a moment. There's the box. Get in the box. Try not to get... There we go. I would say that that spot is kind of like the tightest, most difficult actual thing that... One thing that I have to do in this area, but... Okay. Avoid going in the... Ah! That was annoying. Okay, so after the first dark spot, remember that it will shift right. After the first dark spot. So I don't know, like that kind of moment felt like if I had been prepared for it, I could have avoided it. But in the moment, having no preparation for it, like having not previously prepared myself to remember that spot, it felt like bad luck that I just hadn't managed to take care of the enemy before I got into that spot, tight spot I had to swim through. So it's funny that I was playing Mickey's Dangerous Chase last week, and it has a big long auto-scroller before the final boss that you have to memorize. You have to solve it by memorizing because it has a bunch of dead ends and stuff. Hey Tonagasa, how's it going? We've reached the machine. We have been welcomed to the machine, and now we live in it for a while. I don't know how long. I feel like I've gotten pretty far a couple times. One time in particular. Oh! See there, I was trying to, like... I do have a note to be on the left there, but I was trying to move toward the left, and while I was turning around, the alien came from behind and just killed me really quick. I'm still not sure, like, it seems like you can take one hit, but not 2 hits or something. But, like, the first hit only takes off a little bit of health, and then the second one takes off everything? I don't know. I haven't, like, fully figured out how it works, but I don't know, just generally you don't want to touch the aliens. But you can a little bit sometimes. The inconsistency is really, a point of confusion with this game. Someone might want to touch the aliens. Yeah. Whoa. Okay. I don't know what happened there, but it let me go. That's happened a couple times where it seemed like I got squished, but somehow I managed to do, like, you know, one of those Tetris moves where you rotate a block through a closed space. Doesn't seem like you should be able to do it, but the game allows it. I feel like that's what's going on there. T-spin your dolphin? Yeah. Okay. So this is where I need to remember to be on the left. So by doing that a little bit earlier, I had more time to... Like last time I was trying to react in that spot when I remembered to turn left. And it was too late. Take care of this head. I'm going to pause for a moment just to recover my sanity. Okay. Think of that as the first kind of major checkpoint. It's not a checkpoint, but... Okay. So, there was something I was supposed to remember past the... Whoa! Major slowdown for a second. Yeah, I told myself to remember something just past here, and I think it is... It's not this. Oh! It was that. Whoa! I just, like, went through the floor again. Okay, so that spot. How do I describe that to myself in my mind so that I remember it? Okay, here we get pelted with the farts again. It's hard to avoid them. Okay, so I think coming up, we have to go through this one. Yeah. And I think it's better to go up the left. Okay. Okay. Maybe I should pause there. Hey there, Gamer Herb, how's it going? Oh. Okay. Yeah, I think pausing helps, because I just need to refresh my mind every now and then. So, this is now what I would call, I think, very far into the level. but I have very little memory of it because it takes so long to... Oh. Okay, long black tube down. There's a little diagonal to the left. That's really far. Long black tube down, diagonal to the left. And the other thing I wanted to remember was that after the two black pieces, I want to hang a right shortly after. Okay. See if I can remember that next time. Were they actually planning a film adaptation of this? Because it seems like the series was successful enough that I wouldn't be surprised if there was like a TV show or something, but the game's kind enough to let you hit pause. Yeah, the nice thing about passwords also is that, like, if you liked a level and want to revisit it, you can go back to it. And, like, if your friend can beat a level that you can't, or vice versa, you can share codes and stuff. Like, you don't have to have a save game that has been to all the spots. You can just jump to where you want to go. And I do like that about passwords. Oh. That just felt unlucky, because I didn't... You know, 3 aliens are hiding inside the walls. If you could see them on top of the wall, if they just rendered on top of the walls, like the farts, it'd be a lot more fair, but... So far, the most things you've been saying tonight are lies. It is a good mood, this tune. I like the music. I wish it was longer. I wish there was, like, more to it. But I do think it's pretty good. Okay, this one we try to stay inside until these guys come. There we go. Just so that they don't get trapped on the right. With them... Okay. So here I need to hang a left when we go down. So I don't get trapped on the right. Right here, yeah. Okay. And we're about to hit the floor. I think of this as the floor. Okay. Just take a moment to let my mind recover. Okay. So, after this, there's a box I gotta hide in, then there's 2 black things that I need to avoid, or dark tunnels, I guess. I'm calling them. Okay, that was close. Avoid the 2 dark tunnels, then hang a right. Slow down. We got some slow down. Okay, there's the dark tunnel. Okay, stay on the right here. Okay. Again, avoid the dark tunnel. Avoid the dark tunnel. Okay. Okay, here we get stuck in the corner for a bit. Hard to avoid the farts. Oh, somehow I did. Okay, now we stop avoiding the dark tunnels. Now, the dark tunnels are where we go. Oh, wait, no, I want to go in this. Not even listening to myself, am I? Okay. So here it gets a bit compact. So my next mental note, there's a long dark tunnel down, and I need to hang there's a diagonal left shortly after it. Dolphin sushi? I'm sure that's existed at some point. Probably not. I don't know if that would be legal anywhere, but I'm sure somebody has done it. Okay. Long dark tunnel downward. And I think there's a little jog to the right. But then there's going to be like a diagonal. I gotta... Yeah. Okay, we got it. I'm not sure I've been this far. Oh, another diagonal. That, and see, when it divides into these 3 segments, I worry. Is it going to dead end me? So my principle is just to try this. What was that? Whoa! That was it? Okay. What? Okay, I'm taking damage. I'm not healing anymore. Do I have to beat this level every time to face the boss? No. Really? Wow. That is amazing. That is amazing. Oh. Yeah, I guess Ninja Gaiden was like that. But Ninja Gaiden was more fun to play that last stage than this. This is not as fun as Ninja Gaiden. Is it stage 6? What threw me is like, how did that even get me? What threw me is that you don't heal on the boss, it seems. So I guess that was the Vortex Queen. It's weird that the aliens are called Vortex. That's kind of a curious name. Guess it sounds cool. It's got an X in it. Oh, thought that was gonna get me. Yeah, I have really very much enjoyed this game. There have just been a couple frustrating moments, but I have enjoyed it. I've been having fun playing it. 3D games. There's more than one? I heard there's a PS2 Dolphin or Echo game, was it? Was it PS2 or Dreamcast? Someone said they didn't like it, but I don't. Are there more than one? Oh. I've heard people say that they had the second Echo game and they got pretty far in it, or maybe finished it. I don't know. I imagine it's not like this in terms of difficulty. Maybe it's somewhat like it, but is this level any better in the CD version, or is it the same? Because it sounds like most of the levels got checkpoints from the barrier glyphs, but I don't know if they did anything but this level in that version. Ah! Come on! It sounds like the game is growling, or like purring. It seems to have stopped. I think sometimes like one of the sound effects like kind of messes up the music for a bit and one of the instruments gets weird. Don't get trapped in there. Actually, the Pink Floyd song that I'm thinking about more is, or just the title, Comfortably Numb. That's what I try not to become in this level. Like I find, as it goes on, I just need to break it then to become aware of it again. I just get in the feeling of like a sleepy flow. Well, that didn't go super well, but I'm alive, so it's fine. Yeah, I was thrown off, like, why are we healed constantly in this area, but then you reach the boss and no more healing? That's kind of mean. Right. I was trying to remember what I needed to do there. It was stay on the left. Okay. So let's think about what happens next. We get trapped in the box. 2 dark areas we avoid. Then I hang a right. Then there's more dark areas to avoid. Then you go through a dark area that you have to. And then there will be a long dark area going down. After which I need to watch out for a diagonal to the left. Twice. And otherwise, I think it's just I stick to the middle. Ugh. Okay, here's the box. In the box. Defend the box. Get out of the box. Like, I do feel that I have learned this... Well, oh! I thought I went to the right there. Okay, it's to the right here. Oh, come on! I was confused by how late you go to the right. Same levels and a few extra on the Sega CD, different music, glyphs or checkpoints. Yeah, so this stage isn't any different. I heard that, like, some bugs were fixed, or maybe the trilobites were slightly easier or something, so... I was wondering if, like, these enemies, maybe they give you a little more leeway as to how many hits you could take before you die or anything, but maybe not. I don't know. Still hanging around. Well, we need to recharge. Okay. Where are we going now? Through here. Okay. There's 2 heads chasing me. There we go. Stay in the middle. Shoot toward the right. Oh, no, I need to get out of there. The trilobites were the toughest enemy, I would say, but they also weren't... There weren't that many of them, so, like... Oddly, I would say, like, they didn't really need it. At least they didn't... I didn't feel like the trilobites ever held me back significantly. They just sort of added some extra friction in some spots, but not in a way that, like... It's not like the crabs in the library. Those really messed me up. Those made me feel bad. Trilobites didn't cause me despair, just some extra excitement here and there. Oh. Oh, I shouldn't hang so close to the... Whoa! Where'd that guy come from? Yeah, it feels like I need to get through that narrow spot fast. Okay. To the right. That's what I need to do. Don't get yourself stuck in there. Alright. Now, what is my next note? Oh yes, stay to the left. There we go. Okay. So we'll be hitting the bottom now. Okay. Just take a moment. Get in the box. Forgot what I was doing there. And now I'm surrounded by aliens, but it worked out. Okay. 2 dark spots and then go to the right, but don't necessarily hug the wall right away. Okay, we got some chasers. Oh! Ooh! Almost got squished there. So we stay to the right. Okay. That area is weirdly not solid. Okay. So we turn around in the corner. Now we have to go up here. Okay. So the next thought is a long downward tunnel. Remember the left side diagonals. And there's 2 of those, and then I gotta stick to the middle, I guess. Okay, here we go. Oh. Whoa. Okay, diagonal number 1. There'll be another one soon. Maybe? Maybe it's here? Yeah. Okay. So I'm pretty close to the end now. Just stay in the middle. Ooh. Just wiggling my fingers. Stay in the middle. See, last time when the level ended, it felt like... Oh. Yeah, okay. Well, that was super rude. I got hit by a vortex, like, coming out of the thing. And it did 4 damage to me. 4 damage. And then you're faced with the Vortex Queen, and she's sucking you towards her. I couldn't get away. So I guess I gotta come out blasting. Oh man. Oh. Okay. Yeah, both times I get to the end, I feel like it's like, oh no, I'm in a dead end. And I think I'm gonna get squished, but then the level changes. Yeah, like the asteroid boss, it took a lot of work to reach in the first place. No, don't tell me what to do, please do not. If I get really frustrated, then maybe I'll ask, but I want to figure it out if I can. But like with the asteroid boss, at first it seemed like a really long level to get to it, but then as I kept doing it, it became like a 1 minute level to get to it, so... Like, that was fun. This... There's no way to speed it up. It's an enforced... long trip. And most of it is pretty boring. Most of it there's not much to do. It's like just a lot of... If it wasn't an auto-scroller... Well, I imagine it'd be like 30 seconds if this wasn't an auto-scroller, because you could just go straight to the thing. So yeah, my mental note there was stay on the left. I didn't call it out, but I was thinking, okay. Okay, into the box. Out of the box. Okay, there I knew I had to get to the right. Yeah, those like, I don't know, propane tanks or whatever they are not solid. It's kind of funny. Okay. Turn around in the corner. Okay, so soon I have to go into a dark tunnel. Okay, and here's the long downward thing. So my last note is just 2 diagonals on the left that I have to be wary of. And otherwise, stick to the middle. Stick to the middle. Don't get stuck on the edge. With the alien just coming in. I think this is the last diagonal here. Yeah. Okay. Whoa! Whoa! That was an accident. Yeah, I still feel the victim of chaos frequently, but it seems like I'm getting long ways into it fairly consistently. Like, oh, okay. Okay. Okay, I hit something. Okay, eyeball. Hit the eyeball. Ah, get away from me. Now what? Oh, there's a mouth. I got eaten. Okay. Well, that's a start. Hit the 2 eyes, then I'm not sure what is next. Oh. So that's progress. I think I need a moment. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. So I'll be back in 2 or 3 minutes. Guess I'll run. Returning to the machine. Yeah, I could swear the plucked string kind of instrument that's going on is not its usual sound. Like this, the music just seems to kind of subtly corrupt now and then, which is actually a really kind of fun effect. But it's really odd. I don't know what I'm doing there. Have we discussed the deep lore of this game? What? Real life experiments with dolphins? No. I've not heard of any of this. But this has been a really neat game. I kind of wonder if you'd like it, Jordy. Have you played it? Hey Capsule J, how's it going? I'd say the game gets weird on level 1. Okay, yeah. Oh, what's going on? It bounced me out of it. Okay. Well, it's not so bad to take a death there, because it's only like a minute into the level. But it would be nice to never take a death there. But it just like... it rejected Echo, and I bounced back. That doesn't normally happen. But that spot has been, like, weirdly, chaotically tricky. Like, sometimes it just doesn't work, and I don't know why. My best bet seems to be to go through it just as quickly as I can. Spend as little time as you can manage in the spot that does weird things randomly. But yeah, it's been a very interesting, very unique game. Very demanding. But for me, quite enjoyable. This level should not exist. But I'm putting up with it. Yeah, I feel like the demands of the game hit pretty hard, like right in the first level. Like it has so much going for it in terms of like style and unique concept, and even just like unique feel of its controls and stuff. But oh, I need to be on the left. Okay, I survived for now. But, well, this level in particular is... this is the final level of the game, I believe. If I'm mistaken, please don't correct me, but, yeah, it's gotta be more than 5 minutes auto-scroll on the way to the boss for each boss attempt. The auto-scroller is a bit chaotic, and sometimes you just die for no reason in it. There's a lot of just like open moments in it that are just kind of boring. And I've been finding like a lot of the challenge of this is just keeping your mind aware for the moments that you do need to pay attention. Oh, I almost died there. But, by the same token, after working on it for an hour or two, I am starting to feel consistent at it. I've been to the final boss 3 times. Oh, no, come... Why won't I... I need to go down through it there, through the right-hand side. Yeah, there's no life counter or anything. Am I getting a message? Oh, I'm getting a message from Jordy. Well, I'll have to read that later. I don't like or hate trial and error gameplay. Like, it's not... This isn't a good or bad thing by itself. It's just a term for... I don't know. A lot of gameplay? There's so much stuff that is, like... So it's not a term I tend to use because it's just not useful as a description, and it's not a quality of something that is good or bad. It is just... You learn things by making mistakes, yeah, and then redoing them. That happens in every game to some extent. Well, almost every game, I guess. It's more a matter of, do you want to keep doing it? Do you want to keep retrying? Are you enjoying retrying? That's the question. That's the quality part. And that's different for every game. That's not a property of trial and error. That's a property of the game. You know, so it's not a term I can use usefully. So what's going on here in the game? Okay, so after the whole game of it not being like this, there are no auto-scroller levels in any other part of the game. We went back and... Why can't I get through that spot? It's a weird password. We found a time machine. We went back to the past. The lost civilization of Atlantis had left technology for me. So these vortex aliens have been coming to Earth every once in a while to feed. And every time they come, every so many hundreds of years or whatever, they bring more. And then the Atlanteans were predicting that an extinction event would come as the vortex come and just devour everything on Earth. So at the start of the game, Echo's family and friends get abducted by aliens just out of the sea. They get sucked up. You go through the game. You find a wise blue whale who points you toward this weird helix of orbs called the Asterite, who tells you to go seek out Atlantis and go 55 million years in the past to recover a part of Asterite's body that has been lost. And you do that, you go to the past with the Atlantean time travel technology, come back, the Asterite gives you an ability you need or something. Okay. I want that spot to stop being chaotic for me. So you go back in time at that point to right before everyone was abducted, so that you, with your new powers, can fight the aliens. So you get abducted with them this time. And you go and fight the aliens. And so that's what's happened now. We're inside the ship. We are fighting the Vortex aliens. And, I don't know about ketamine. There's been no reference to that in the manual or in the game itself. But I'm sure whatever you sent me will be an interesting read. What? Now the music is purring. Sometimes the music does weird things. So that's been the story up to this point. And then you have the... So, yeah, we're inside this ship, and they decided to make the final level this weird auto-scroller, which is, like, different gameplay than anywhere else in the game. Like, you've never had this ability to shoot things rapidly, easily. Like, you did have an ability, but you didn't use it all the time. It wasn't a one-click thing. It was like a weird... It was even an optional ability. You get it for doing an optional rescue mission early on, and... I don't know what it's like playing the game without that. I feel like that would be a hard mode or whatever, but... in theory, you could play the game without it, I guess. But anyway... Yeah. They decided this many minutes auto-scroller should be the run-up to the final boss. And then... Well, we'll eventually see the final boss. I've been to the final boss 3 times. Okay, so I'm going to try to be against the wall. So I can zoom through it. Okay. That spot was a little bit tricky for me last night, and then it had been fine for me most of today, and then all of a sudden it started being bad again, so... I don't know what it is about that one spot, but through it. Hopefully this will be a successful run to the boss. We'll see. What happened to your pronouns? What do you mean? What pronouns? Guybrush Threepwood, a dolphin? Dolphins hold their breath for 10 minutes? I don't know. I don't know how long dolphins can hold their breath. It might actually say in the manual. There's a bunch of dolphin facts that I've been reading, but I haven't read them all yet. Oh, at this point, that's one of the powers that the asteroid gave us. We can now breathe underwater. So, the air mechanic is gone. But, like, most of the game has been, you explore stuff, right? And, like, the air is kind of limiting your ability to explore, because you have to find more air to keep going. So you're kind of tied to where you can find air. Okay, this guy's coming up from behind. Whoa! Okay, I need to get in the box. Out of the box. So I think this is about halfway through the level. That's my guess. Often get slow down there when, like, 2 aliens come from behind. Whoa! Okay. So the dark tunnels, avoid it first. Try to get on the right here. Okay. I just have all these mental notes for getting through this that I've been slowly accumulating. Avoid the dark tunnels still, but next time we'll start going through the dark tunnels, I guess. Not this one. You're good. Okay, so now I start going into the dark tunnels. I think we're about 3/4 through the level now. Maybe 2/3. I don't know. I suppose a stopwatch could really answer that question definitively. So, there will be a path going downwards through a dark tunnel shortly. Oh no! Oh, I thought we were going left. Okay, I haven't died there before. View pronouns on Twitch? Is that a browser extension? Okay. I don't tend to install browser extensions for Twitch. I know a lot of people use Better Twitch TV or whatever it is, or Frank or Face Z, or I don't know. But I do not. So sometimes I see people type names of emotes and I have no idea what they're supposed to look like. I'm okay with that, because I don't want to give a browser extension the ability to mess with what I'm typing into Twitch or stuff like that. But also I don't like having this like experience of Twitch that only I can see, or that I don't know. Like, it's kind of weird. Like, I wouldn't want to use emotes that people can't see. It defeats the purpose of communicating, kind of, to require someone to have the same browser extension. So I don't know. So I'm not really interested in that kind of thing. Okay. So let's hope I don't get locked out of this again. Okay. So the chaos hole in the bottom right is being kind again. The music is purring again. Sometimes it purrs. Alright. Stay on the left here, I believe, yeah. So the later parts of the level, like, I don't have good memory of, because I've only been to it a couple times. I like to pause every couple minutes in this level just to try and unnumb myself against the boring parts so that I'm aware when I need to react. But yeah, I'd say it would be pretty reasonable to play this game and then get to this level and then decide that you've had enough of the game, that you don't want to do this. This is a thing to reasonably refuse, because it's nothing that you've been training for in the game. It's nothing like the previous gameplay. It's not very interesting. Okay. Oh no! Wait. Oh, okay. No, I did the right thing. That's what I thought, because I'm not supposed to go in the dark tunnels yet. I was confused a bit, because that didn't look like I'm used to it looking. I guess it would have looked the same every time, but I was thrown off. Oh! Nothing else in the game is like this level, but there are other really hard levels. What? Yeah, if you get hit by one and you try to turn around to shoot it, it will just walk into you. You can only take 2 hits. No, you don't take damage, though. The redness is its warning that you're about to get squished. And then sometimes if you're turning while it does that, it will push you through the wall and you'll be fine. That's happened a couple times, which has been funny. The health bar is at the top. It regenerates in this level. It doesn't regenerate when you reach the final boss. I don't know why we have regeneration here but not there, but that's how it is. So in most of the game there's a health bar and an air bar, but in this level we no longer have an air bar because we got that power from the asteroid to let us survive indefinitely in water. But the problem is with the health bar is, like, there's not much we can take a hit from. Like, you could take 2 hits from the alien, I guess. I think they do 4 points of damage when they hit you, normally. Ah. Okay. Stay on the left. Okay. Alright, so we reached the bottom. When you pause, I was confused about this for a long time, but it's just a pause symbol. I gotta get in the box. Oh, I was trying to get in the box. Oh. Like, I don't usually die at that spot, but it seems like just anywhere you can have a bad encounter with a vortex. And because Echo takes so long to turn, like, you can't really aim quickly. They do always come from the same direction, but they're often moving behind the wall before you can see them, so you can't rely on them being the same every time. Ah! Sometimes you just slip into a corner like that. Ugh. No! That happened to me last time? I should resist the temptation to go back and forth, because you can't shoot while you're turning. But if I go in circles, at least you can shoot. But sometimes when you're going in circles, you get stuck on a corner. Whoa. Yeah, that was almost a loss. That too did not go well, but I survived. I was in a panic. That spot, you don't want to rush because they'll just come in from the side and hit you before you can shoot them. That's the other thing, like you can't shoot them off screen, like they have to appear before you can hit them. Mostly, I think. I think you can hit them a little bit off screen. Okay. Here I need to make sure I stay at the left. Don't get caught in that little hole. Okay. We've reached the bottom. Oh. Try to refresh my mind. Into the box. Okay. Out of the box. What? It wouldn't let me go through the gap. Sometimes on a diagonal going through a hole like that, it just kind of stops you, but not most of the time. Most of the time you can go through it easily. It's a lot more disappointing when you lose to something, like when you're past the halfway point. I don't know if that is past the waypoint, but it's probably close to it. The other thing is, I think there is a password you can use to bypass this level and go straight to the final boss. I don't feel like doing that. It's like the Mike Tyson code in Punch-Out. I didn't feel the need to do that, but I mean, that game was similarly cruel, I guess, in its demands. Though I felt it was more demanding physically. This is... more demanding mentally, maybe. Hi, Coca-Cola. How's it going? Stay on the left. Don't get caught in that little spot. Alright. Hit the bottom. So we're going in the box next. Take a moment. So I've been to the Vortex Queen 3 times at this point. But it's a long way back, and it can be a very short battle. Okay, into the box. Try to get that guy on the right, because they're coming for you. That was iffy. Okay, we do the box. Oh, whoa, that almost killed me. We're okay now. As you can see, enemies go through walls, and I don't, which is... a continual source of befuddlement throughout the game. So don't go down. It's stuck in this corner for a moment. Trying to not to hit too many of the farts. Alright. Oh! I got hit on a turnaround. The pause menu does not show the air meter. The pause menu is showing a pause icon. It's not really a menu. Well, it's just sort of a... That's all it shows. The air meter's gone because the asteroid gave me the ability to breathe underwater. It's funny, the asteroid didn't, like, say what ability they were giving you. They just said, I'm giving you the ability you need, and then sent you on your way. No, I was really confused by that for a while. I was like, because it was like, there's 5, and now I see 4 things. Like, why is that different? And... I didn't understand what I was looking at for a long time, and then I realized, oh, that's a pause icon, because it's paused. Oh, that's a new one. Oh, man. But yeah, like... It does feel like a real mental fatigue situation with this. Okay. Down we go. Okay. That hole on the right. Just not giving us a problem this time. Okay. Didn't clear them. Okay, there we go. Okay. Take a moment. You didn't get laser eyes. You did, well, I think you did get an improved sonic attack. Like, this attack didn't really... This is more powerful now. And you don't need to tap a weird input sequence. Like, before it was BA to do it. But now it's just... Oh, I gotta stay on the left. That could have been it. Whoa. That just sort of came out of nowhere on me. Okay, I need another pause. So yeah, you got air breathing and you got an attack. An easy attack, I guess. Like, it's interesting that we never see these aliens the whole way through the game. Not until we go aboard their ship. Oh, man. Ugh. So I got hung up on that spot a little bit last time, and now I'm worried. Don't go in there this time. Okay. We have to, it's after the turnaround. After the turnaround, then we go in the... Start going in the dark tunnels. Okay. Got hit by a fart, but that's okay. Into the tunnel. Maybe I should call them Giger tunnels. Oof. No! Oh, that was where I got killed last time, wasn't it? I almost let it happen again. Problem is, like, this far in the level, I can't remember much. It's hard to remember. So after the upward tunnel, there's a jog to the right after going along the top. Eesh. Hi there, NES Atlas. Yeah, there's no real motivation for what's squishing you, is there? That was a bad idea to turn around there. Okay. Okay. That spot is often a tricky point, but it's been good for the last little while. No aliens for a little while. Okay, here my next note is to stay on the left. There we go. Oh, that went well. Ooh. Now what? Okay, we reached the bottom, which means the box is coming up. There's the box. Get in the box. That was hairy. It's hard to get in the box and also fend off the things that are outside the box. Like there's 2 vortex aliens chasing you before you get in there. And they can get off screen where you can't shoot them and then just kind of... Oh man. Hit you. For an instant kill. Okay. So at this point we stay on the right. Okay. Now go up. Don't go in there. Oh no! Okay, we turn around. Now we go into the Giger tunnel. Around. Okay. So I'm trying to remember what got me here last time. You have to go down and to the right, I think, quickly. And that threw me off. Yeah. Okay. So I think we're like 3/4 through the level now. Hopefully the rest of it goes well. My last notes are, remember this diagonal here, and then there's another one not far down, just over here. Right here. And now I just try to stick to the middle. Try not to get hung up on the bits of wall. That was bad. I accidentally turned around. Okay. So, it seems I need to destroy the eyes. Don't get so. Oh, I got hit by a. Okay. Well, that was another attempt at the final boss. I think it was the fourth attempt. Oh. I might be doing the bad thing by rapidly pressing the button, because I think when you send out a second shockwave or sonic wave before the first one's finished, it cancels the previous one. Whoa. So those chords at the beginning of this song, they're like... they often play differently. Yeah, now we've got the weird pizzicato sound. So sometimes we get that. Oh. I wonder how much of this I have in me for today. So I haven't figured out yet. Please don't tell me if you know, but the first thing to do with the boss is to take out both of its eyes. And then I haven't figured out what to hit next. I did manage to take out both the eyes earlier. Like, my thought was probably the mouth, but I didn't seem to be hitting the mouth last time, and I was wondering if it was just maybe there's a period where the Vortex Queen just sucks in water for a bit and isn't vulnerable. I don't know. So let's look at this. Yeah, see how it's short range when I'm rapidly tapping? I should be doing this. Should slow down my taps. Oh no. Ugh. This is what's hard about this level. Like, I just don't remember... or I become numb to it and stop thinking about what I'm doing, and I forget that there's certain points where I need to do something critical, like stay on the left in that spot where I just got crushed. Or I didn't even get crushed, I got hit by an alien while trying to escape, but it's sort of the same problem. Ah! There I just accidentally got stuck on the side. The funniest part about this, like the end of this level, looks so... It doesn't look like anything. It looks like a dead end. So it looks like you're about to get crushed, but all of a sudden, the stage changes. Apropos of nothing. It's very, very jarring. And you have to come out shooting because there will be like a vortex alien in your way as you're blown down the tunnel toward the boss. Like you're being sucked towards it. It's really funny. I'd like to play Colibri. That game looks interesting. And Mr. Bones. I've heard Mr. Bones is good. Down. This is where we stay to the left. Yeah. Here a guy comes out from behind. Now we get down to the floor. I think of this as the floor of the level. Okay. So, here comes the box. Get in the box. Try to get the aliens outside the box before you get in it, if you can. They're very vexingly placed. Vexatiously? Okay, I don't remember anything here until avoid the Giger zones. There we are. Now, just remember I need to go right here. I needed to remember that before I said it, but I did, so that's fine. Just keeping my mental process of the level going by talking about it. Okay. So now that we've had that turnaround, we do go in the Giger zones. A very humorous game, I see. I like that. Good. Good pun. Oh! Yeah, I know I've died in that spot once or twice. But I also don't have thoughts on how to make that easier. Okay, this was the spot where I have to make sure I'm on the right. And now we'll go down the tube. So this is kind of the home stretch, I guess. So Yeah, this is the point where I just can't remember what happens anymore. And I just try to stay in the middle. I'm stuck on the wall for some reason. That was very scary. Oh! Okay. Okay. Try not to get hit by too many of these things, but it seems... Okay, we got both eyes. Now what? Oh. Okay, I survived a bit longer on the boss. Maybe I need to hit the boss with my dash attack? Scared to try that, but it doesn't seem to be... I haven't tried from underneath, but... Man. Okay. I'm thinking about whether I want to look up how to fight the boss or not. It's not that I haven't looked up stuff in this game before. Ah, it's been 2.5 hours. I am feeling exhausted by it. I think I will. The Vortex Queen. First dislodge her eyes. Take out her jaw by dashing into... Okay, that's what I was going to try. The jaw will grow back. Okay. Well, that's what I was going to try, but, you know, when you have to spend half an hour building up to next attempt. The asteroid boss was like that too. It's just like you have to learn that if you hit the same color twice in a row, they'll stay active, they'll stay flashing. Like I think I could have seen that if I did it enough times, but it was like I wasn't, you know, I'd spent a couple hours on that level, and it's really hard to just survive any amount of time with that boss, and you can't sit still because it zaps you if you sit still. For a one-hit kill. It's kind of, it's a ridiculous boss, the asteroid boss, but and this is the same situation again. It's just, it's so much more onerous to get a shot at it. And yeah, I was gonna try ramming into it next, so I would have tried that, I think, but it's just like a question of, until you know that's the solution, it's like it just weighs on you. Okay. Anyway, I looked it up. But the thing is, like, I don't know when the Vortex Queen is going to start sucking in water. And I can't see these, like, vortex enemies as they're appearing. So I just kind of have to hope I'm hitting them as they fly around. I'm wondering if I should, like, hit the eye and then try to run across underneath so that I don't get hit by the debris that flies. But yeah, like, even if I could do this level every time, which I can't, I can do it. Seems like it's taking half an hour between attempts. It's still, like, a ridiculous amount, like, even, I don't know, it's got to be more than 5 minutes, but it's like a ridiculous amount of time to spend running up to a boss. It is like Punch-Out in that respect. But I think Punch-Out was more fair. But more demanding on like the nerves, the quick response. That was what really got me about Punch-Out. Like, it just felt physically hard to react fast enough. Okay, so what was... Oh yeah, the box. Get in the box, try to get rid of these guys before you're in the box so that they don't murder you in the box. Whoa. That looked like a little bit of grace. Okay. Okay. Gotta clear this head. Okay, there we go. Yeah, sometimes you're about to get squished and it decides, okay, you don't have to be squished. Okay, I got through that spot, which is usually iffy. Now, we go down and to the right. Alright, so here's the long tunnel. That felt poor. Okay, 2 little diagonal jogs I gotta be ready for. Second one coming up. I was just at the final boss a moment ago. Okay, so this is the final stretch, I guess. I think this is it. I think this is where it looks like a dead end, and there we go. No! Okay. So how much damage can I avoid? I don't know. Whoa, why are there so many of them? No, I'm being eaten. Okay. No, the thing on the top left is the health bar. There is no oxygen bar anymore. The oxygen bar is gone. Okay, so that actually didn't take long to... Like, that was only like 2 or 3 attempts to get back. I think. Or maybe just 1 attempt, I don't know. I can't count anything anymore. This is so numbing, that's what the problem is. It's numbing. That's my issue with it. More than anything else. You have to fight the numbness to stay aware of this level. And you have to put up with the occasional just chaotic death that you could not have foreseen. Yeah, the health bar regenerates, and though that doesn't count for the Vortex Queen battle, there I have a fixed amount of health. But yeah, the asteroid gave me the ability to breathe underwater. So I haven't, the last several levels, you don't have to. The bar is gone. But yeah, I'm starting to feel like I know this level fairly well. Maybe. Oh, I forgot. Angle left. But it worked out okay. Seeing the level in your sleep. That is a possibility. We're in the box. We're out of the box. Okay. So now... I worry about whether the game will let me go through that spot. Because it has hung me up there at least once before. Oh no! Ah, I survived. Okay. Okay. So we got the turnaround. Now, into the tube. Okay. So this spot up here tends to be a little bit hairy, but well, it looks like I did okay. It seemed like there was like one less enemy than usual, but maybe I just hit it while it was behind the wall. Okay, so we gotta go to the right here. That was a little bit iffy. Okay. The long tunnel. Like, the amount of damage you take from hitting one of the Vortex aliens is... I don't know if it's random or if something decides it, but it seems like you can generally take 2 hits. And they do 1 to 4 damage. Okay, stay in the middle. That's my motto here. Stay in the middle. Try to keep up with the changes. Very close to the end now. This is it. This is the end. Okay, we're back. Yeah, so I'm getting pretty good at that level now, I guess. So the question is... Oh, no. How do... See, 1 hit. 4 damage. 1 hit, 4 damage. Oh, listen to how different it sounds right now. So I am getting to the point where, like, I can beat this level pretty consistently, I guess? But it's so long. Why is it so long? It's so unreasonably long. I don't know in centimeters. I'm 6'2". Which is probably somewhere around 190. Barley corns. Is that a unit of length? It's gotta be like, I don't know, 8 barley corns to an inch? Barley corns are pretty small. .188 is 6'2". Oh, okay. So hang on the left. Okay. Like, I feel well versed in this level enough that I no longer feel the need to pause during it. Like I'm getting good enough at spotting the things I need to as they come. Okay. Okay. Oh. That's the thing, like in any run you tend to get hit by the vortex a little bit, but it's like every time you don't know you're gonna get hit again in quick succession and lose it, you know? Ah! Okay. I got stuck turning left and right. A bunch of Imperial units? Why? I don't know what the density of water is in Imperial. It seems pointless to think of water that way. What kind of absurd person would measure the density of water in Imperial units? And you have the easiest measurement in the world for that. Ounces per ounce. Well, that's silly. Could have lost it there, but I did manage to turn around fast. That's the thing, I find that's like, yeah, one of the biggest. I was trying to demonstrate it there, and that's a bad idea to demonstrate it there, but yeah, the dash attack in here is not a good idea to use because it has like a 1 second warm-up time. And similarly, turning left and right, you can't attack while you're turning, and you can't do anything else while you're turning. So once you've done that, and it's just if you press the button like the direction opposite the direction you're already facing, it does the full turn. Okay, here's where I gotta stick to the left. No problem. And then there's this guy. So it's better to circle if you can. But the circle has the problem that sometimes you get stuck on a corner unexpectedly. Into the box we go. Yeah, the box feels dangerous, but very rarely kills me. Like in these tight areas, when you turn in a circle, you worry about getting stuck on something like that. That one's been a problem before. Oh, dude. Whoa. The other thing that helps is pressing the C button to move faster. It also increases your turn speed, I think. which is useful. Hi there, ease out. It's just for 2 levels at the end of the game. One was like a reasonable length, I guess, and then there's this one with an unreasonable length and a final boss at the end. Oh! It hit me twice, but it didn't kill me. A rare survivable double tap from a vortex. Ah! Accidental turnaround, which left me in a bad spot. Okay. That section tends to be iffy. Should really pause when I look at chat, shouldn't I? Okay, here we go to the right. Alright, home stretch. Down the tube. Okay, not much further to go. This is where the end is. Okay, let's try not to get... Okay, these things don't seem to damage me very much. So maybe that's... Ooh. They do damage me. Okay. So bop the jaw, and it ate me. Okay. What's going on? So what's barley corns is 1/3 of an inch. That's a big barley corn in my opinion. Okay. You take out the eyes, then I need to bop the jaw a few times. And then I think I just bop the body. Yes, this is definitely a Pink Floyd reference. I was saying it makes me... well, yeah, it does make me numb. I wouldn't say comfortably. I don't know what word was objected to there. But, Automod didn't, like, comfortable numb. I don't know. Are you saying that because you think Amiga devs would be fans of Pink Floyd? I think there's a pretty big overlap between people who worked on Amiga and Sega Genesis or Mega Drive. Well, Genesis had a bit more colors than the Amiga, and when Amiga did 2 layers, one of the layers had to be like 3-bit color instead of 4-bit color, I think. If I recall. Whereas Genesis has 2 layers of full 4-bit color, and they have 4 palettes shared between them. Top Banana? Was H.R. Giger commissioned to work on a game? Which game was he commissioned to work on? There was that I can't remember the name of it. There's a point-and-click adventure that used a lot of his art, but I thought it was just art that previously existed. I didn't think they commissioned anything new from him, did they? Dark Seed, yeah. Did that actually have new art from him? I thought that was just like officially licensed use of his work. But I don't know, it didn't seem... Was he commissioned... I mean, like, he did work for Alien, but other than that... Like, did he do art for any other movies? Or was stuff just inspired by his work on Alien and his other work? Maybe I should read about him. I bet he has a pretty interesting biography. Oh, that's right. Yeah, he worked on Jodorowsky's Dune. But that was never released, I guess. But yeah, like, it seems like he rarely did anything like that. It seemed like most of his art he did for his own purpose, you know? At least that I know of. Jodorowsky? Did I say Jodorowsky? I don't know. He has a Polish name. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, like I've seen the documentary they did of him. I've seen some of his films. Well, it seemed like we basically got the fruits of that in Alien. Just it was no longer tied to the Dune thing. And we got a really cool Dune from David Lynch, even though he took his name off it for reasons of frustration with production or whatever. So I was happy we got that as well. But that was a really neat documentary. Sometimes it just doesn't let you go through that spot. That spot is iffy. Yeah, back then, like, well, I guess we didn't know who directed it. And, like, Alan Smithy was still mostly an industry secret director name. But subsequently, I guess people know everything about not everything, but a lot of things about movies now. You can't hide who directed something so easily. Too many people leaking details. Even that spot got weird, which it usually doesn't. Okay. Yeah, the best bet is to go along the wall for that one, but can't always line that up, and you can get stuck on the narrow wall next to it. So I try to... Yeah. We got stuck in there earlier. Okay, so we still hang out on the left. We took damage, but not very much, it seems. Like, it seems random. It seems you take a random amount of damage from 1 to 5 when you hit one of the Vortex aliens. That's my guess. Into the box. There I took 3. Sometimes it seems like you can take a one-hit kill, but rarely. Maybe it's 1 to 4. Usually 2 hits will kill you. Oh, that was getting a bit hairy. Okay, so I can turn around here because there's a guy coming and we're turning... Like, there's a few places where it's safe to turn around and it seems really convenient to do so. There, that was a bad idea, I think. But I was just sort of playing with it. Okay, we got the turnaround. The Giger zones are no longer forbidden. I should listen to myself when I say that. Ugh. Ukrainian? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. What films of his have I seen? I've seen The Holy Mountain and I've seen El Topo. I don't really recommend them. Like they were an interesting watch, but they didn't feel like a profound experience exactly to me, just an amusing one, you know? Oh. Hey Rat, how's it going? Yeah, when you're about to get squished at the border, you get like a warning. And sometimes when the game is feeling very generous, you just get shoved through the wall. Okay, here I hang to the right. Oh, crap. Okay. I remembered that one just in time. So yeah, Rat, I've been to the Vortex Queen about 6 times, I think. I'm getting reasonably good at this level, but it's still far longer than it should ever have been considered to be. Alright. Here we go. Into... into the boss. Okay. Oh. I can't... Well, the thing is, like, she's doing her suction attack. I have to fight it. I can't move. And then the Vortex alien is coming after me. It's not subject to the suction effect. So it just, like, comes and hits me twice while I can't move. It was one of the Vortex aliens. It just came down at me. Hit me. Ugh. Like, that just really sucks. The aliens are basically one-hit kill sometimes, but that might have been 2 hits. I think they are randomly 1 to 5 damage. It might be 1 to 4. That might have been 2 hits in quick succession. It's hard to tell. Like, it's just a moment. Usually, if you get hit by an alien, you survive. If you get hit by an alien twice, you usually die. Rarely, you do survive after being hit twice. So, I don't know what determines the damage, but I would just say it's probably random. It's effectively random, because if it's not, it's chaotic. So, like, the first... You gotta attack its eyes. And you can't avoid the spray of debris that comes out of the eyes, so you take some amount of damage there, which actually seems to be quite minor, relatively. Okay, I shouldn't have done that so early. You want the space to just zoom through that spot. Hi there, Vance Velez. Yeah, like they actually stun you. They don't knock you back. you get held in place, which often leads to you getting squished. Man. That final boss with a checkpoint at it, it would be totally reasonable. Same with the asteroid. So the asteroid, I guess you would get a checkpoint at it in the Sega CD version, which is absolutely how that should go. Then that boss I would consider reasonable. This is just dumb. This shouldn't exist. Like, this level could exist, but putting a boss after it... it's just... too much. What? I was holding left. Yeah, I know there's a password for the boss. I haven't wanted to resort to that yet, but I know that's an option if I want to do that. I'd rather not. I didn't do it for Mike Tyson. I've been comparing this to Punch-Out, how you have to go back and fight Super Macho Man again every time you want to fight Tyson. But this level's more draining than that. Is that a spoiler? I don't think it's a spoiler that there's a password to get to the boss level. But I think at this point there's very little that can be spoiled except maybe like the actual ending. I don't think there's like anything gameplay-wise that can still be spoiled. Unless there's something I'm very unaware of that, I don't know, but... should have gotten out of there faster. I was thinking I was in the box, but then I realized I'm not in the box. Box comes after. Like, this level is getting to the point where I don't have to think too hard about, like, all those moments that I have notes about. Like, I'm just used to doing it. Oh, see, that could have been death there. Turning around is almost always a mistake. This is the box. Okay, we did the box. And I took a spoiler for what to do on the Queen, but it was what I was going to do anyway. It's just after a few hours of this, I was tired of... oh, that spot. That spot has gotten me a few times. But, like, it didn't really tell me anything useful. It told me what I was... like, the next thing I was going to try is the thing to do. So, yeah. Ah! Like, what I really need to do with the final boss is, like, learn how to manage it. The one time where I survived the longest, I kind of did loops around to clear the Vortex aliens. But the thing is, like, I don't know when they appear or how often. They seem random. Sometimes they seem like they just don't appear very much. And then, like, that time, you know, I had to avoid the suction attack, which is not... Sort of like the asteroid boss, it had this zap attack that has no telegraph. It just comes out of nowhere, and one hit kills you. The suction attack, like, it just has no warning. I just have to be prepared that it might happen at any given time. Like, maybe there is a predictable timing to it, but I'm not going to learn it when I only have, like, one chance every half hour to, like, observe it for 30 seconds. So, I don't know. I'm a bit fed up. This is probably might be my last attempt for tonight. If I could remember where the last place I died was, I'd try to add it to my mental checklist, but I've forgotten. I know it's a section where you're going up, and I think it's just past here. Right here. That spot. That's the spot that I've been hung up on a few times. Oh. Oh, I gotta go in here. Yeah. Oh, man. Okay. I know the Japanese version of Echo also makes some difficulty alleviating decisions, but I can't remember the details of that either. But yeah, a checkpoint after this would make things pretty reasonable. Kind of surprised that well, I don't know if the Sega CD version does that, but nobody has said that it does that, so I can assume that it doesn't. Okay, so we're nearing another attempt at the boss. Here we go. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Hey, Nansen. Oh. The problem is I have to face towards the Vortex Queen to shoot at her. I have to face away from the Vortex Queen to run away from the suction attack, which seems to happen chaotically. Like, I don't see any warning that it's happening, it just happens. And when that's happening, it's really hard to control any kind of movement other than trying to run away from it. And the Vortex aliens don't obey the suction. They can just come and attack you. So if one happens to be there, they can just come and hit you for 1 to 5 damage in one hit, I guess. Which does seem random. Oh. Yeah, like this boss, it would be reasonable with a checkpoint. I'd probably have fun doing that instead of this. Instead, just this mind-numbing level. I'm gonna take a short break. I'm gonna make a hot chocolate. Maybe that'll get me through it. So I'll be back. Okay. Returning to the machine. Tose is a secret developer? What did they do not secretly, though? Like, I've seen their name somewhere, but I can't remember what I might have played by them. Did they do Run Saver? Was that them? Grunt Saber was hoary. Okay. It was funny. There's like one level in the game where you're going down a vertical passage and there's spikes on either side, and Echo does a strafe move instead of turning in that one place, and then like in one other passage that's horizontal in the same level shortly after, and never in any other place in the game can you do that. It's so weird. Like, it's just automatic. It knows it would be ridiculous to let you turn here. And instead of just like designing that section different, or like not using this 5 seconds worth of gameplay, like they programmed that in to be a special case for those two corridors, and then never used it again anywhere else in the game, instead of just doing some other challenge of navigating through spikes in that little section. It's kind of funny. Game & Watch Gallery Series, Mappy Land. Oh, bases loaded. I think my cousin had bases loaded 3. And we played that one a lot. And I've looked at Mappy Land. I haven't played it much. Okay. I feel a little bit refreshed by a snack and a hot beverage. Yeah, Bases Loaded 3 has good music. Sorry if that sip was loud. I don't know how loud it is on the mic. Probably should have muted. Gotta get through that corner. Okay. Almost made it through here. Okay. Just a few more steps. Alright, here we go. Okay. I feel like I want to go up here and clear out any aliens. Okay. Okay, we got the eyes. Oh! We went back to the start of the game with a time machine with the power to breathe underwater and this powered up attack, I guess. The powered up attack didn't appear until we were on the ship, though. And so we got abducted with our family and friends and stuff. So, because we went back to the beginning of the game where they were abducted. Abducted intentionally so we could go and fight the aliens inside their own ship. So that's... the game came full circle that way. Oh, we get a weird chord. Every time we get a restart of the level after the boss, we get... it like plays two chords, but the instrumentation is often... it sounds different every time, I don't know why. Yeah, so the idea is that the Vortex aliens have been coming to Earth every, I don't know how many years, like every thousands of years or something, to feed, because their own planet is dying off. But every time they've come, more and more of them have come. So the lost civilization at Atlantis prepared for this. They built a time machine, and they knew Echo would be coming in the future. So they built this time machine so that Echo could use it to communicate with the asteroid, or to help the asteroid, and be given the strength he needs to fight off the Vortex aliens. I don't know. That's more or less the plot. The asteroid was some weird double helix made of orbs that gave us these powers, the power to breathe underwater, and this, I guess this sonic blast, whatever it is. Is Echo the reason the asteroid needs help? I don't know. Well, you go back 55 million years to when the asteroid is younger, I guess, and steal one of its orbs to give to the asteroid in the present, but... so the asteroid is missing an orb in the present. You could interpret that to mean that it's missing the thing because it was stolen from in the past. I don't know. Which is kind of odd. It's possible. It's a way to interpret what happened, so I don't know. So I don't know if this is to be interpreted as a single timeline kind of time traveling, where like everything you're doing is stuff that happened, just you're living it out, or if it's, you know, one of those multiple timelines kind of time travels where you go to the past and you're making changes. That hasn't been clarified, which it might be. Yeah, we can't use the sonar mapping anymore, which, I don't know. Sometimes that spot, you just can't go through it. Well, when I went to the Atlantis, like, they knew I was coming. They were prepared for Echo. I don't know if that was due to a prophecy or due to their time travel. Maybe the asteroid told them? I don't know. But if we are the one that stole an orb from the asteroid, it's weird that the asteroid's sending us to do that 55 million years later. I don't know. It's not very clear. The boss fight kind of implies that we took 4 of its orbs. But it seemed that the asteroid was only missing 1. It seemed like we only gave back 1. I'm not really able to make a super coherent justification for it. Maybe there's a way to do that, but I don't think it's expressed in the game, unless it comes up in the ending. I don't know. No idea what the ending for this game will be like. All you zombies? No, I've never heard of it. Never been killed there at the beginning of the level before. Tricks their younger self into falling in love with and impregnating themselves. Are they Are they human? Okay. Into the box. This box feels kind of like the halfway point in the level to me. The music has begun purring again. Okay. That spot can hold you up too. So we'll be back for this Giger zone. We have to turn around in the corner. Oh. All right. So far, I haven't managed to hit the Vortex Queen in the jaw without getting eaten. Which makes me wonder if I'm doing it wrong. Whoa, 2 heads. Okay. Okay, one more little tight diagonal here, and then the rest of it tends to be straightforward. Not much further to go. Childbirth was complicated. I see. Well, I've never heard of that one. What do zombies have to do with it? Okay. We're almost to the boss. Alright. So everybody who's not him is a zombie because he knows he's from himself? A tautological being? Okay. Oh, there's actually a sound. No! Yeah, see those chords they have varying sounds. This variation comes with these like off-key plucked strings. Yeah, they're kind of a neat sound. But it's just funny how, like, the tone of this tune kind of just changes a little bit sometimes due to sound effects or something when you die. I don't think that's a Genesis version thing. I think this is just they didn't write the music engine or whatever to properly initialize it at the start of the tune. But you won't get this in the Sega CD version because it uses CD audio. I don't know how to identify Jem's instruments. I've never used it or anything. I just know it's a thing that existed. Provided by Sega to developers. Oh, still one more. Yeah, I like FM synthesis. Like it's really it has both a distinctive sound and it's kind of surprisingly versatile for the simplicity of its algorithm. It doesn't require a lot of memory internal to the chip or anything. So I think it's a pretty cool synthesis technique. And the thing I find about it is that, like, it takes a while to learn how to make it sound good. How to make instruments that sound nice, but also, even if you have pre-made instruments, like, how to make them blend. And I do find that in a lot of Genesis soundtracks, they just haven't really worked it out, in my view. They have a poor sound to them, but the really good Genesis soundtracks sound incredible. I don't think it's a Western composer thing at all, because there were tons of great ad-lib soundtracks. I hate that spot, because, like, it just doesn't work sometimes. I've tried to find a technique that minimizes the loss on it, but it just doesn't work sometimes. Well, I would say, like, I don't think it doesn't really have anything to do with gems. That's just you have somebody who hasn't figured out FM very well, and gems is the tool that they're using. It would be worse if they had to program their own sound engine and then also not know how to use FM at the same time. So I don't know, like it's just gems. Sega gave them that, so you could use that by default if you didn't have anything better of your own. But from what I understood, like, it was pretty capable sound engine. Like, there was no problems making... It wasn't insufficient to make good music. It's the tool that everybody had, so people that also wouldn't make their own tool would have used gems. Like a lot of games, like the people making music for the game aren't even a dedicated composer. They're just somebody who knew enough about sound to actually create a soundtrack, but didn't necessarily make a living doing just that. That was the case for a lot of game soundtracks as well. But even if you know what you're doing, all software has bugs. This game definitely has some bugs that are pretty notable. Okay, I got stuck there last time. Okay, into the box. Yeah, I've been stuck at that spot a couple times too, and it seems like there's enough time to kind of see what you're doing there. Okay, I was worried that wouldn't let me through. So I came to this level thinking that the level itself was the hard challenge, but it really wasn't. I mean, it is a hard level, but it's not. This by itself is nowhere near the hardest level in the game, I would say. But when you add the boss fight to the end, and the fixed time problem, it absolutely becomes that. What did Shahid Ahmad do? Okay, so if I get this far, I usually make it to the end. Usually. But I guess I could say, well, I don't usually die anywhere in particular in the level. There are just some parts that have been tricky, but I feel I'm just subject to chaos as well. I wish those, like, tank nodules were more consistently solid or not. Okay. Oh, we got eaten. Well, there we go. Okay, I think that's all I've got in me for tonight. Maybe I'll write down this password to continue. I don't know what the password saves. I don't know if I'll have a death counter. But I like the idea of keeping this password instead of resetting to where I started the stream. URDDKMLY. Yeah, it seems like I'm doing a little bit better at the final boss, but I don't know how to avoid getting eaten by her. I need to figure that out a bit better. There is a sound, there's a whoosh sound, that if you're not fighting aliens off at the same time, you can sometimes hear it. That tells you the suction is about to happen. Oh.